beginning of the series, the 11th hour.
I am very curious to hear what you think about the 11th hour.
It's been a long time since I watched it, so my memory isn't too fond. I can only remember parts of it, but I would give it a... I don't know. I feel whatever I say, you're going to be like, oh, how dare you? I'm going to say 8, maybe 8.5.
That's exactly where I would have put it.
Okay.
Somewhere along there.
Okay. What were you expecting me to say?
I was worried you were going to put it a little bit lower.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
I think it's really good. I think that Karen Gillan is still trying to figure out who Amy is in that episode.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think it's really good. There's some really clever like editing and directing in that episode as well. You know, and she's like trying to figure out what's like Rory's phone, and they do like a snapshot thing where they like rotate around the whole garden, trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
It's something that they don't really do for the rest of the series. So I'm kind of there like,
Is there like...
cool.
In the house, is there like a door that they don't go in or something? Or like a room they don't go in?
Yeah.
Is that where the crack is?
Yeah. Well, no, the crack's in Amy's bedroom.
That's
and,
it.
And there's a room they don't go in where there's goo and a table. How did they get the table in there?
Good point.
If it's a room that nobody goes in, how did they order an IKEA table in there?
10 questions scientists still can't answer.
But yeah, 8 to 8.5. I'd give it an 8.5.
I like the way Matt introduced himself because it shows like the hologram of all the doctors, and then he walks through and goes, "I'm the doctor."
What you've got to ask is, what happened to them? Hello. I'm the doctor.
Fish fingers and custard as well.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely iconic.
Yeah.
When he takes the bread and butter and then flings it out the window. And stay out.
Oh, I forgot about that. I like that.
I just love his like interaction with the food. He's talking about like yogurt and he's like, I hate yogurt, you're just stuffed with bits in it. Yeah, next one.
Next one is called The Beast Below.
That's the one with where the world's ending and the clowns keep turning around and getting madder and madder. Not the clowns, the pay machines, the ticket holders.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's the woman that's like got a mask on and she's, I don't know who she is, but she keeps walking around being like, "Yo, doctor, come with me."
Yeah, you're not wrong.
6.
I was gonna say 5.5.
I think it has a really cool, like, concept of whether or not if the world was gonna end, you'd want to know or forget kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only cool episode thing that I have. There's also if I was stretching, if I was reaching, I would be like, it's almost a cool idea for a monster to like be suffering so that Earth could live, because it's kind of like the Doctor, but they don't really do anything with it, and I'm not gonna give it credit for something that they barely go into. So 6.
Fairs. Right then. I feel like this one you will put quite low. Victory of the Daleks.
I hate this episode.
I was going to give it a 7.5, maybe an 8, but I feel like you're going to give it a 5.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I don't need to speak.
We'll meet in the middle. We'll go 6.
I just, for an episode that, like the first episode of the Daleks with Matt Smith, it just feels like, I don't know. It feels so strange because the Daleks aren't scary. They don't really do anything important.
Could I get you some tea?
Yeah, and then they're like, "What are we doing here? What's going on?" And then they come out of the fucking Dalek ship looking like Power Rangers, and I'm there like, I don't get it. Why are we doing this?
And there was the scientist who's actually a bomb was saying how he liked a girl called Polly or something.
I don't mind that part of it, to be fair. That's like, I leave it. I don't care. But yeah, I mean, I think even Doctor Who kind of realized this episode was a mistake because afterwards they kind of go back to the original Dalek design right afterwards.
Fairs.
That's rough, buddy.
He's just standing there, menacingly.
Each sold separately. Each costume sold separately. Each costume sold separately. Each 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 assortment sold separately. Each sold separately.
Each sold separately.
So yeah, 6.
The next one's a two-parter. The Angels of Time and Flesh and Stone.
I like this two-part.
Same. I would say 8 or 8.5. I think.
I'd go 8.5.
8.5.
Yeah. I really like this episode. River comes back. River's always a
Oh
joy.
yeah, true.
I really like the cliffhanger of the first part when the Doctor uses the gun to shoot the gravity globe,
Yeah.
but he never put in a trap. Me. Pap pap. Yeah. Here for it.
And what's that, sir? Yes, Angel Bob. So what does 8.5 for that? For the
Yeah,
that story, yeah.
And the Doctor gets him to talk about comfy chairs.
The Vampires of Venice.
7?
Yeah, I think 7's
Yeah.
fair.
That's just a fun story. Nothing too bad about it.
Is that the first one when we get introduced, or something gets mentioned about the silence? I think. I think one of the vampires, the lead one, the actress who's in Peaky Blinders who's died.
Might be.
I think she said something about the silence, and then as Rory and the Doctor are getting in the TARDIS at the end, the Doctor says, "Can you hear that?" And then Rory says, "It's just silence." And then there's like a voiceover or something. I think.
I think they mention it slightly in the Angels episode as well. I don't remember why though. Maybe they do.
Oh, did the is that what the Angels
After
were
the
in for?
TARDIS leaves, though, I think they mention Silence Will Fall or something like that. I don't remember.
I'm
That
just-
episode has so many different.
Next one. So what did we say for that episode?
Seven, yeah.
Seven, yeah. I've just clocked. I swear we never rated the episode with the Dream Lord.
We didn't. Did we miss any others from that season?
I mean, we talked about it the other day, but I can't remember.
Amy's Choice. Here it is.
Yeah, it's Amy's choice.
Between Vampires of Venice and The Hungry Earth. What are you saying?
9. Fine, 8.5.
8.5. Okay, back to the Caretaker. I really like the Dream Lord episode. I do. I just don't think it's a 9.
Back to the Caretaker episode. The Dreamland.
I feel like I have to explain why I downgraded it. There's a lot of time spent in an elderly home.
Yeah. The next one is another two-parter, The Hungry Earth and Cold Blood. Somewhere Rory disappears at the end, and everyone forgets about him except the Doctor.
6.5.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate it. I just feel like it's a bit boring, and I don't think it warrants its two-parter.
Part 1's actually quite good, I think, but Part 2 could have been better.
Yeah.
Patreon notification. Vincent and the Doctor.
Love this episode.
I'd give it an 8, but I think you're gonna give it a 9.
Yeah, I am. I don't know why I talk.
But you know what? Because it is good. I'll go up to the 9 with you.
Huge dub. The ending is pog as hell, iconic. Yeah.
It's a nice ending.
Vincent is incredibly good in this episode.
Vincent Company plays an amazing role.
Listen, no misunderstanding. There's one fucking side of me that you haven't fucking seen, boys. Fucking meow!
Yeah, he's great. He's great. Can't get past him, the chicken. And I love that, like, Amy's just lost Rory, and like she's talking to Vincent about him, and they're like consoling each other, kind of thing. It's really great. I love this episode.
Yeah, because there's a bit in it where she starts crying and she didn't even know, and he's like, "Why are you crying?" I'm like, I don't know.
I'll paint you some flowers. It'll be fine.
We didn't make a difference at all.
I wouldn't say that. The way I see it, every life is a pile of good things and bad things. Hey, the good things don't always soften the bad things, but vice versa. The bad things don't necessarily spoil the good things or make them unimportant. And we definitely added to his pile of good things.
Yeah, love that episode. What's next?
I'm interested to see what you say about this one. The Lodger. This is the one with James Corden.
8.
I'm trying to remember what happens towards the end.
Towards the end, they both try. We discussed this last
Yeah, that's what I'm
episode, and the James Corden destroys the ship with the power of the love.
Is it in a shopping centre though?
No, that's the second one. That's the one in season 6.
Oh, how did they find the one this time?
They find it by just going upstairs.
Oh, 7.
7.5 then. I'll go with 7.5. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like the comedy in that episode.
Why would I want that?
But in case you want to bring someone round, a girlfriend or boyfriend.
Oh, I will. I'll shout if that happens. Yes. Something like, I was not expecting this!
And then the last 2 episodes, the Pandorica opens and the Big Bang.
What do you make of this one?
8.5, 8. I'm happy to go with either 8.5 or 8.
Yeah, I'm around there. I mean, a lot of people get really disappointed with that one, but I think it's fun.
I liked the cliffhanger.
Yeah, me too. But I think the cliffhanger was a little misleading for what the second part was.
Yeah, I
It
think,
kind of
yeah.
seemed like he was about to like take on every alien at once, and then it comes through and he's like, "Well, we have one Dalek."
Yeah. Yeah, and that managed to get him, so God knows what it would have been like if all of them went through.
Yeah, but I like this episode. I think it's really fun. 8.5. We'll go with that.
What's that quote from Toy Story 3? Spends the night in the box.
And I like the whole how it feeds back into something borrowed, something new, and something blue at the end.
Oh, and you didn't even know it.
With Amy. Yeah, I
Oh,
like
yeah.
that at the wedding. That's cool.
Yeah, Amy died, did. But then she didn't die. Yeah.
Wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey.
I remember what happens in this one. So the next one's the Christmas Carol.
Okay.
A space linear containing 4,000 people and Amy Pond and Rory on their honeymoon becomes caught in the electrified cloud. The Doctor, summoned by Amy, lands on the planet beneath and discovers that the atmosphere is controlled by the miserly Kazran Sardik, who refuses to let the ship safely land. The Doctor travels back to Kazan's youth and attempts to alter his past to make him Kinder Egg, spending time adventuring with young Kazran and young woman named Abigail, who was released from what happened? I don't. No,
So basically, it's a Christmas Carol.
But what I can't remember what happened in the episode. That's not the one with the tower, is it?
Basically, this guy is like, "Yo, I don't really like you, Doctor." The Doctor's like, "Why are you a dick?" So he goes back in time and he figures out why he's a dick. And then he goes back to the present and he's like, "Oh, so this is why you're a dick." And then he goes back to the future and he's like, "So stop being a dick." Then he goes back to the present and since he's taken the guy through to see it all, the guy is like, "Maybe I should stop being a dick."
Maybe if I saw the trailer, I might recognise it.
Oh, and they both there's a giant whale in that episode as well.
Oh, I vaguely remember it.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I mean, I think it says a lot. You didn't even remember it.
Yeah.